Genre: fantasy. LaRue for Mayor. Letters from the Campaign Trail by Mark T. The Snort City Register-Gazette, September 30th. Bugwort launches campaign for mayor. Former Pumpkinville Police Chief Hugo Bugwort announced yesterday that he will run for mayor of Snort City. Calling himself the law and order candidate, Bugwort, who spoke to a cheering crowd in Gruber Park, is widely considered a shoo-in for the job. Snort City is a disgrace, he said, to polite applause. We need to be more like Pumpkinville. That means no more sloppiness, no more silliness, and no more foolish behavior. The speech was interrupted when several dogs in the back of the crowd overturned a hot dog cart. Injured in the fracas was Gertrude LaRue of 2nd Avenue. The dogs were not identified. Caption: Dogs Disrupt Rally. October 1st. Dear Mrs. LaRue, how sorry I am to hear about your injuries. Who knew that hot dog carts were so unstable? I was simply trying to get a better view of Chief Bugwort when it collapsed. Heaven knows what those other dogs were doing. I must admit that they created an unfortunate impression of delinquency. Anyway, I'm shocked to hear that you'll be confined to the hospital for so long. No doubt you are worried about me. So am I. But Mrs. Hibbins has promised to serve my meals, and somehow I will persevere. With deepest sympathy, Ike. October 2nd. Dear Mrs. LaRue, thank you for your concern. Yes, this will be a difficult time for me, stuck here all alone while you recuperate in your pleasant hospital bed. But please, do not worry. I have become friendly with some of the dogs I met the other day in the park. We have decided to form a social club, which will perform various services to the community. Spending time with Fifi, Buck, and Chewy should help ease the pain of your absence. Plus, think of all the good deeds we will be doing. Virtuously yours, Ike. The Snort City Register-Gazette, October 6th. Wild Dogs Rampage. Game disrupted. Unruly dogs plagued Snort City again yesterday, as one of the animals broke up a double play and ran away with the baseball during a Snort City Rabbits game at Morley Field. The episode capped a week of problems that began on Tuesday, when a pack of the rambunctious creatures broke up the annual fishing derby on Blatt Lake. Apparently the dogs first rolled in, then ate the catch. The following day, a group of dogs snuck into a Mr. Ding-a-ling truck outside Gruber Park and made off with 2 gallons of Rocky Road ice cream. None of the dogs have been apprehended, though ice cream vendor Eugene Phelps describes the leader as a scruffy black and white fellow. October 7th. Dear Mrs. LaRue, please do not worry about me. I will not starve or die of loneliness, probably. Yes, I read the newspaper accounts regarding dog problems. Frankly, I find them ridiculous. Can this cheerful and spirited behavior really be a problem? Where is the harm? And yet with such lurid reporting, such weak-minded individuals might come to believe that dogs represent a menace to our community. Hope you are feeling better. Ike. The Snort City Register-Gazette, October 8th. Bugwort calls for canine crackdown. Calling dogs a menace to our community. Mayoral candidate Hugo Bugwort yesterday announced his plans to crack down on the beasts. We can no longer tolerate this sort of behavior, he said, citing recent dog-related problems. Mr. Bugwort proposes not only a leash law and a curfew, but a complete ban on the animals in most public places. This town is literally going to the dogs, said Bugwort. I intend to stop it. In related news, a dog reportedly snuck into Brandmeier's butcher shop on 2nd Avenue and made off with a string of beef sausages. October 9th. Dear Mrs. LaRue, I must say I have become alarmed by the ravings of this man, Bugwort. Imagine if he actually were elected to our city's highest office. The idea is unthinkable. I must figure out some way to stop this impending disaster. Your worried dog, Ike. The Snort City Register Gazette, October 10th. Letters to the editor. As a long-time resident, I must decry the wave of anti-dog hysteria sweeping over our city. Can we so quickly forget the loyalty of man's best friend, who accompanies our firefighters and police on their perilous rounds? Who rescues the weary traveler, stuck high in the Alps? Who serves the blind, and the deaf too, most likely? Dogs, that's who. Signed, a concerned citizen. October 11th. Dear Mrs. LaRue, how I envy you the safety of your hospital bed. Here in the outside world, things have become perilous indeed, at least for dogs. The awful Bugwort continues his scurrilous attacks. Yesterday, he referred to dogs as gangs of hooligans. He must be stopped. Therefore, I have decided to throw my hat into the ring. This afternoon, I will announce my candidacy. Doubtless, the public response will be overwhelming. Your next mayor,